During the Cold War, the United States and the Soviet Union were prepared for nuclear war. Missiles were ready, bombers were fueled, alarms were always listening. Leaders believed a nuclear attack could happen at any moment. But what many Americans don't know is this: more than once, the United States nearly launched nuclear weapons by accident. This is the story of the day warning systems said America was under attack when it wasn't, and how a simple mistake almost changed the world forever. After World War II, the world entered the Cold War. Two superpowers stood face to face: the United States, the Soviet Union. Both sides had nuclear weapons. Both sides feared surprise attacks, and both believed the first minutes of a nuclear war would decide everything. This fear led to one rule: respond fast. No hesitation. Intercontinental missiles could cross the globe in about 30 minutes. That meant U.S. leaders would have less than 15 minutes to decide, is this real or a mistake? There would be no time to double-check calmly. If the alarm sounded, action was expected. That pressure shaped everything. To detect attacks early, the U.S. built massive warning systems: radar stations, satellite sensors, command centers underground. These systems watched the skies 24 hours a day. They were powerful, but they were not perfect. On a normal day in November 1979, alarms suddenly sounded. U.S. computers showed something terrifying: a massive Soviet nuclear attack. Hundreds of missiles heading toward the United States. Command centers went into emergency mode. Fighter jets prepared for takeoff. Nuclear bombers were alerted. The chain of command was activated. America believed nuclear war had begun. Something felt wrong. Radar systems were not detecting missiles. Satellites showed no launches. Yet the main computer system insisted the attack was real. The contradiction created chaos. Time was running out. Then the truth was discovered. The attack was caused by a training tape. Someone had accidentally loaded a simulation tape into a live system. The computer treated practice data as real. The attack never existed. The U.S. stood down. Nuclear war was avoided by minutes. This wasn't the only scare. In 1980, another false alarm happened. This time, computers showed random missile launches. Again, it looked like an attack. Again, it was a technical failure, a faulty computer chip. Each time, the margin between peace and disaster was razor thin. These incidents revealed something terrifying. The system trusted machines too much. Computers don't panic, but they also don't doubt themselves. Human judgment became the final barrier, and sometimes, one calm decision saved millions of lives. At the time, Americans were not told. Leaders feared panic, they feared loss of trust, and they feared revealing weaknesses. Most of these events stayed classified for years. The public only learned the truth decades later. If leaders had trusted the computers fully, if someone had panicked, if decisions were made minutes faster, the U.S. might have launched nuclear weapons in response to nothing. History would have ended over a mistake. After these incidents, the U.S. made changes: better verification systems, more human oversight, improved communication lines. But the danger never fully disappeared. The most frightening part of this story isn't the technology, it's the timeline. For years, the fate of humanity depended on computers, training tapes, human calm under pressure. The Cold War never turned hot, not because systems were perfect, but because, sometimes, people stopped and asked, "Are we sure?" And that question may have saved the world.